Good morning, all. In previous lecture, we have seen how to expand sine raised to n theta or cos raised to n theta, and the second type was sine n theta, cos n theta. So these two types having different methods, and we have seen some examples depends on this theory. So let us see how to find the roots of complex number, that is uh, various complex numbers having the roots. So there is a separate or different method to find the roots. Before that, we have to remember some standard complex number with their polar forms. So these polar forms, so to find the roots of complex number, we have to apply the De Moivre's theorem, and also we have or we want the polar form of a complex number. That is, we have to convert the given complex number into polar form. This we have to understand, and there are some standard complex numbers we come across while solving the examples. So these complex numbers are there: 1 minus 1, I minus I. So to find the roots, this one number minus one number, I or minus I, these we can see in the examples. So these numbers, these are your complex numbers in Cartesian form. So their polar form we want to find the roots of these complex numbers or various complex numbers. So how to write this one number? Of course, this one you can see as a real number or natural number, but it is obviously a complex number, because complex number means you have to write the given complex number in the form of x plus iy. So 1 can be written as 1 plus 0i. So 1 is your complex number. Then minus 1 you can write as minus 1 plus 0i. Then I 0 plus I, and for minus I you can write as 0 minus I. So these are your, of course, various complex numbers. So we can write these complex numbers into polar form. So how to write these numbers into polar form? So you can use the we have seen the polar form, how to convert into polar form by using quadrant wise. We have seen in the first two lectures of this chapter. You can see in detail there, or you can get the polar form on the calc also. So I will show you. So this is your one number, that is, we want xy values to get the polar form of that one complex number. So 1 is your 1 plus 0. So if you compare this number with this x plus iy, so we get x equal to 1 and y equal to 0. So take 1 0, shift pole 1 comma 0, bracket complete, press equal, we get r equal to 1 and theta equal to 0. So the standard polar form is r into cos theta plus I sin theta. So put here r equal to 1 and theta equal to 0. So we get r equal to 1 means nothing. So we get cos 0 plus I sin 0 is the polar form of 1. Then minus 1. For minus 1, x is minus 1 and y is 0. So put minus 1, 0. So we get r equal to 1, but theta is given in the point form, but we don't want this theta in terms of points, that is decimal points. So because this calc is in the r setting, radian setting, so you can change. If you get the theta value in terms of decimal points, that is in terms of 0.3, etc., in terms of decimal points, then change the setting. If it is radian, then change into degree. If it is degree, then change into radian. But in degree setting, you definitely get the theta value. So shift, then mode, and 3 number, press the 3 number, then degree setting, again pole -1, 0, we get theta equal to 180. So r equal to 1, theta equal to 180. So 180 means we have to write in the radian. 180 means pi. So r means 1, theta means pi. So 1 into, that is nothing, cos pi plus I sin pi, cos pi plus I sin pi. Then for I, x value is 0, I coefficient is 1, that is y value is 1. So put 0, 1. R equal to 1, theta equal to 90. R equal to 1, theta equal to 90. That is 90 means pi by 2. So cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. Then for minus I, x value is 0, I coefficient is -1. So 0 minus 1 is your xy pair. R equal to 1, theta equal to -90. So you can write R equal to 1, theta equal to -90. That is cos minus pi by 2 plus I sin minus pi by 2. But this is not a final polar form. You have to simplify this. 1 means nothing. So cos of minus theta is cos theta. So cos of minus pi by 2 is cos pi by 2. Sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. That is minus I sin pi by 2. So cos pi by 2 minus I sin pi by 2. So these are your polar forms by using calci. So here, this you have to remember. Then if you find this step while solving the examples or while finding the roots of the given complex number, cos theta plus I sin theta bracket raised to 1 upon number, that is nth root. Why we are calling this 1 by n as nth root? Because root 2 means 2 raised to half. So square root means 2 raised to half. Then cube root of 2 means 2 raised to 1 by 3, that is third root. Similarly, nth root of 2 means 2 raised to 1 by n, that is nth root. This is your third root. This is your square root. Square means second root. So similarly, 1 by n means 1 by 3, 1 by 2, that is fractional number into the denominator only. So 1 by n means nth root. So if we have this kind of step while solving the example, cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 1 by n, then we have to use these steps to find the roots. These are the main steps and this we have to use. So add 2k pi to this theta angle, whatever the angle in the example, we have to add the 2k pi for that angle. So 2k pi plus theta plus I sin 2k pi plus theta bracket raised to 1 by n as it is. Then apply De Moivre's theorem, that is we have to multiply this power to this angle. So 2k pi plus theta into 1 by n, that is 2k pi plus theta upon n. 2k pi plus theta into 1 by n means 2k pi plus theta upon n. Then put k equal to, if there is a power 1 by n, then we have to take the values or we have to put the values from 0 to n minus 1, that is 1 less to that n number. If there is a raised to 1 by 3, then put k equal to 0, 1, 2, that is total we get 3 roots. Cube root is there and we are starting the k values from 0, hence we have to take 0, 1, 2. 1 number less to that 3 number. If there is a 1 by 4, total we should get the 4 roots and we are starting from 0, hence 4 roots are completed till 0, 1, 2, 3. Hence there is a 1 by n, so we have to take 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n minus 1. So these are your total n roots because we are starting from 0. So these two steps we have to remember. This first step means convert this type of complex number into polar form by using, you can use the calci, or you can use the theoretical formulae quadrant wise. How to find the r theta value quadrant wise. And this is the step if you find the 1 by n means nth root. So for nth root we have to add 2k pi angle to this original theta angle, then apply De Moivre's theorem and put k equal to total n roots. Start from the 0. So let us see examples. Find the cube root of unity. Find the cube root of unity. Unity means 1. So we have to find the cube root of 1. So cube root of unity means 1 raised to 1 by 3. That is cube root of unity means cube root of 1. So we have to find the cube root of 1. So let us assume that this will be x. So this is your first step. Take x equal to 1 raised to 1 by 3. As we have 1 raised to 1 by 3. So if there is a number as 1 by 3, that is third root, this step we have to use. But inside the bracket we want polar form, that is cosine terms. Then only we can use these steps. So for that we have to convert this one number into polar form. So 1 can be written as cos 0 plus I sin 0. So put 1 equal to cos 0 plus I sin 0, then raised to 1 by 3 as it is. Now we can use second step. For using second step, raised to 1 by 3, that is raised to 1 by n, it is matched. But inside the bracket we want cosine terms. So for that one we have to convert into polar form. So 1 can be written as cos 0 plus I sin 0. Then apply this second step. Add 2k pi to this original angle theta, that is here theta is 0. So add 2k pi, cos 2k pi plus 0 plus I sin 2k pi plus 0. Then raised to 1 by n, that is 1 by 3 as it is. Then use De Moivre's theorem. That is multiply this 1 by 3 number to the angles. So cos 2k pi plus 0 means 2k pi. So 2k pi into 1 by 3, that is 2k pi by 3. 2k pi into 1 by 3, that is 2k pi by 3. Plus 0 means nothing. Then put k equal to 0, 1 to up to. So here 1 by n compare with 1 by 3. So here n equal to 3. So we want total 3 roots. And we start from the 0. So 0, 1, 2. Up to 2 we get total 3 roots. So first root, second root and third root. So put k equal to 0, then 1, then 3. So put k equal to 0 here. So cos 0 by 3, that is 0, plus I sin 0. So cos 0 plus I sin 0 is 1. Let us put first root means, let us take the notation x1. Then put k equal to 1, 2 pi by 3. Cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3. Cos 2 pi by 3 is minus half, plus I sin 2 pi by 3 is root 3 by 2 I. Then put k equal to 2. We are using calci for finding the angles. Put k equal to 2. 2 into 2, that is 4 pi by 3. So cos 4 pi by 3 plus I sin 4 pi by 3. 4 pi by 3 angle is minus half. Sin 4 pi by 3 is minus root 3 by 2. So these are your total 3 roots. So in this way we can find the cube root of unity. That is cube roots of unity. Cube root of unity means 3 roots of unity. So these are your 3 roots for 1. So how to find cos 2 pi by 3? So the calci is in the degree setting. If you type cos 2 pi upon 3, then we get, in decimal point we get the answer. But don't write into the decimal point. So for that change the setting. change the setting to radian, and then cos 2 pi by 3 is minus half. So write this minus half, because when there is a radian setting, then only you can type the angle into the terms of pi. If there is a degree setting, in degree setting we can't type pi angle, because that is your radian angle. So these are your radian angles. Hence the calci should be in radian only, radian setting only. So that's why in degree setting we get into the decimal point value. It is wrong, because in degree setting the 2 pi by 3 is not a degree angle, it is a radian angle. So for radian angle we have to set the calci in the radian mode. Now we get the correct answer, minus half. So if you want cos 2 pi by 3, that is if you want to type the radian angle, then set the calci in the radian mode only. If you want cos 90 degree, that is if you want to type degree angle, then set the calci in the degree mode. That is the important. So similarly you can type cos 4 pi by 3 in the radian setting, we get the minus half, minus root 3 by 2. Then next example is, you can type sin 4 pi by 3. Sin 2 pi by 3, root 3 by 2. Then sin 4 pi by 3 minus 3 by 2. Cos 4 pi by 3 minus half. Calci is in the radian setting, because 4 pi by 3, 2 pi by 3 are the radian angles. Next example is, if w is the cube root of unity, then prove that 1 minus w raised to 6 is equal to minus 27, and 1 plus w square equal to 0. So w is the cube root of unity. Cube root of unity means 1 raised to 1 by 3. And it is given that w is the cube root of unity. So hence take w equal to 1 raised to 1 by 3. Cube root of unity means 1 by 3 means cube root of which number? Unity. Unity means 1. So 1 raised to 1 by 3. This number we want. And this is given as w. So w equal to 1 raised to 1 by 3. Then this is given that w is the cube root of unity. One root is given, w, and we have to prove these two equations. So how to prove that? So we have to use this sentence, and we have to simplify this sentence or this equation. This sentence can be converted mathematically into the form w equal to 1 raised to 1 by 3. So simplify this and then prove these two equations. So w equal to 1 raised to 1 by 3. So take cube root on both sides, w cube equal to 1. Then take 1 on left side, w cube minus 1 equal to 0. Apply a cube minus b cube formula. A cube minus b cube is a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. Remember this formula. Apply this, w minus 1 into, here a value is w, b value is 1. 1 means 1 cube. Then apply. So a minus b, w minus 1, a square plus ab plus b square, w square plus w plus 1 equal to 0. Now the product of two brackets equal to 0 means each bracket should be 0. So w minus 1 equal to 0 means w equal to 1. And again the second equation equal to 0, w square plus w plus 1 equal to 0. So this we have proved first the second equation, 1 plus w square equal to 0. 1 plus w square equal to 0. How we have proved this? The given sentences, from the given sentence we have w equal to 1 raised to 1 by 3. Then taking cube root on both sides and applying the a cube minus b cube formula, we get the second equation. Now we have to prove that 1 minus w raised to 6 equal to minus 27. So consider the left side. 1 minus w raised to 6. Then we have to prove that 1 minus w raised to 6 equal to minus 27. Then we have to split, this is the important step, that we are splitting this 6 number into 2 into 3. So 1 minus w bracket square and raised to 3. Then simplify this square. So a minus b bracket square formula we have to apply. So 1 a square minus twice ab plus b square. 1 minus 2w plus w square. Its cube. Then we have to use this value. How to use this? 1 plus w square value. As 1 plus w square equal to 0, 1 plus w square is minus w. So put instead of these two numbers 1 plus w square, put the value minus w. So minus 2w as it is, and instead of these two numbers 1 plus w square value is minus w. Minus 2w minus w is minus 3w bracket cube, that is minus 27w cube. Again we have this equation, w cube value is 1. So put w cube equal to 1. So that is minus 27. So here to prove the first equation, we assume the left side, then splitting the 6 number into 2 and 3, but we are expanding only square instead of cube. We are expanding 2, or we have expanded square, because this equation we have to use here, 1 plus w square plus w. Hence we are expanding this square and then use this w cube equal to 1 answer. We get the required answer. So these two steps are important. Then third example is find the cube root of unity, and hence find the cube root of unity. So this half part is we already proved in first example. So find cube root of unity. So cube root of unity are 1, the second root, and third root. Write this 1, second root, and third root. Then prove that they form the equilateral triangle in the Argand diagram. In the Argand diagram, how these are your 3 complex numbers, and how to represent the complex numbers into the Argand diagram. Argand diagram means into the xy axis graph. So in xy axis graph, if we have this x plus iy complex number, then this complex number we can show into the Argand diagram as the point xy point. That is, take real part x and then imaginary part y and take its point, that is xy point. This is your x plus iy point into the Argand diagram. So we have to compare these 3 complex numbers with x plus iy, find x and y value, and form the point. That is your 3 points we can show in the Argand diagram. So one is your 1 plus 0i, rest of are in the directly in the form of x plus iy. So here x value is minus half, y value is root 3 by 2, x value is minus half, y value is minus root 3 by 2, and in 1, which is not in this form, we are converted this 1 into this form as 1 plus 0i. Then x value is 1, y value is nothing, means 0. So 1 0 point is, take this randomly, this is your 1 0 point, this is your 1 distance. Then minus half. Minus half means the half distance is your half. This is your half distance, half 0. Then onto the opposite side we get the minus half 0 point. So this is your minus half. Then root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 2 means 0.86. 0.86 means half means 0.5. 0.86 means it is near to the 1 number. So this is your distance 1. This is 1 distance on the y-axis, because minus half is your x-axis distance, root 3 by 2 is your y-axis distance. So y-axis, here 1 is there, so nearly here you can take the 0.86 distance, and crossing the 0.86 distance and minus half distance, here there is a point which is your minus half and root 3 by 2 point. Then this point is x distance is minus half, this is minus half, and y distance is minus root 3 by 2. This is your root 3 by 2. So minus root 3 by 2 is minus 0.86, that is on the negative y-axis. So here the distance is, this is your one distance, and nearly you can randomly you can take here. So or you can take here 0.86, positive 0.86, negative 0.86 is here. So you can take here, so 0.86 distance and minus half distance. So this is your point, minus half minus root 3 by 2. So plot these 3 points and join these 3 points, we get the equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means having the same side, same side means the length is same for all these 3 sides. That is called equilateral triangle. So these are your equilateral, this is your equilateral triangle. By joining these 3 points, we get the triangle. Next is, if W is the 7th root of unity, 7th root means unity means 1, 7th root means 1 by 7, and W is the 7th root of unity. So take this equation, W equal to 1 raised to 1 by 7. 7th root means 1 by 7, unity means 1, and W is the 7th root of unity, hence W equal to 1 raised to 1 by 7. This is your first equation. W is the 7th root of unity, then prove that S equal to 1 plus W raised to n, W raised to 2n plus W raised to 3n up to W raised to 6n equal to 7, when n is a multiple of 7, and this sum, S means sum, this sum equal to 0 otherwise, that is otherwise means n is not a multiple of 7, then this sum equal to 0, and n is a multiple of 7, then this sum equal to 7. We have to prove this, and given that W is the cube root of unity. So 7th root of unity means there are 7 roots for 1. So first we have to find these 7 roots, and then we can prove these 2 equations. So here we have to find the 7 roots of unity. So for that, 1 raised to 1 by 7, consider W means one of the root is from 7 roots is W, it is given. So but we have to find the 7 roots totally. So consider 1 raised to 1 by 7 equal to x. Then how to use these 2 steps or 2 equations. So 1 by 7, here 1 by n, here we have given 1 by 7, but the bracket should contain cosine term, hence we have to convert this 1 number into cosine terms, that is into polar form. So 1 is your cos 0 plus I sin 0. So put 1 equal to cos 0 plus I sin 0 raised to 1 by 7. Then use these steps. Add 2k pi to the angle and then apply De Moivre's theorem. So 2k pi plus 0, 2k pi plus 0. Apply De Moivre's theorem. 2k pi upon 7, 2k pi upon 7. De Moivre's theorem means multiply this 1 by 7 to the angle. So 2k pi plus 0 is 2k pi into 1 by 7 means 2k pi by 7. Put k equal to total 7 roots we want. So put k equal to 0, 1 to up to 6. We get total 7 roots. We are because we have started from 0. And when we take this k values from 0 to 6 only, up to 6, then only we get 7. If you take this 7 number, then we get 8 roots. Hence, correct. It is correct that if you take 7 up to k values up to 7, then we get 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 8 roots we get. But it is wrong. We want 1 by 7 means 7th root. That is total there should be 7 roots only. So we have to take 0 to 6 values of k. So that we get total 7 roots. Exactly. So put k equal to 0. x1, first root is, you can denote as x1 equal to cos 0 plus I sin 0, that is 1. Put k equal to 1, cos 2 pi by 7, I sin 2 pi by 7. You can consider this is your number, but you can write this cos 2 pi by 7 as it is. So this is your second root, that is w, say. Put k equal to 2, 4 pi by 7, 4 pi by 7, that is cos 4 pi by 7 plus I sin 4 by 7 can be written as cos 2 pi by 7. Split this 4 as 2 into 2, and this 2 you can take in the power using De Moivre's theorem in the reverse order, that is cos 2 pi by 7 plus I sin 2 pi by 7 raised to 2. If you can apply the De Moivre's theorem, so we get, multiply this 2 power to the angle, that is we get 4 pi by 7. Hence we are applying here De Moivre's theorem in the reverse order. So we get cos 2 pi by 7 plus I sin 2 pi by 7. Split this 4 number into 2 and 1 number 2 take in the power. So that this is your, this you have assumed as w, so we get w square. Then put k equal to 3, 6 pi by 7. Take split this 6 into 2 into 3 and take this 3 in the power by using De Moivre's theorem. So cos 2 pi by 7 plus I sin 2 pi by 7 bracket raised to 3, and this is your w originally, so write w cube. You can see here we get w square, w cube, w raised to 4. Now you can directly write w raised to 4, w raised to 5, w raised to 6. Put k equal to 4, 8 pi by 7, take 4 on the power. Put k equal to 5, 10 pi by 7, put 5 in the power. Put k equal to 6 here, 6 into 2, 12, 12 pi by 7, take 6 in the power. So that we get same cosine terms in the bracket. So as we have assumed this first root is 1 and second root we have assumed that w, then the third, fourth up to putting k equal to 6, we get w square, w cube. In this notation we get the roots. So the roots are 1, w square, w cube, w raised to 4, w raised to 5, w raised to 6. Now we have to prove that. First we have first we have to find these 7 roots. We got these 7 roots. Now we have to prove these 2 sentences. So this sum, consider this sum 1 plus w raised to n up to w raised to 6n. So first simplify this sum. How to simplify this? This is your important step. 1 plus w raised to n, w raised to 2n means w raised to n square. W raised to 3n means w raised to n cube. We want same term into the bracket. Wn its cube, wn raised to 4, w raised to 5n means wn raised to 5, w raised to 6n means w raised to n raised to 6. Now here we are using this formula. 1 plus x square plus x cube plus x raised to 4 plus x raised to 5 plus x raised to 6. So the addition of 1 plus x square up to x raised to n. This sum we can write as 1 minus x raised to n plus 1 upon 1 minus x. The last number in the power is n, then we have to take n plus 1. So last number in the power is 6, we have to take 6 plus 1, that is 7. So here x is your 1 plus x is your wn. So 1 minus x, w raised to n, raised to 6 plus 1, n plus 1 means 6 plus 1, that is 7, upon 1 minus x, 1 minus wn. So we get 1 minus w raised to n raised to 7 means w raised to 7n upon 1 minus wn. So this sum, by using this formula, we reduced as this. Now we have to prove that this sum means this term is equal to 7 if n is multiple of 7, and if n is not multiple of 7, otherwise means if n is not multiple of 7, then this sum, that is this term, is equal to 0. So let us see this. N is not multiple of 7. If we take second we are proving n is not multiple of 7. Instead of this sum, now we can prove that this sum is reduced to this term. So consider this term only to prove this. If n is not multiple of 7, n is not multiple of 7, so consider this w raised to 7n. W raised to 7n means w raised to 7 raised to n. So w raised to 7 means w is your cos 2 pi by 7 plus I sin 2 pi by 7. So put the value of w. W is cos 2 pi by 7 plus I sin 2 pi by 7. This is your value of w. Then raised to 7 as it is, raised to n as it is. Now I apply the De Moivre's theorem. Multiply this 7 number to the angle. 7 into 2 pi by 7. So 7 get cancelled. So we get cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi. Raised to n as it is. Cos 2 pi value we can evaluate as cos 2 pi means cos 0 is 1. So cos 2 pi is 1. Sin 2 pi, sin 0 is 0. So sin 2 pi is 0. So 1 plus 0 raised to n. 1 raised to n. So anything 1 raised to any number is again 1. So we get w raised to 7n by putting w value and applying De Moivre's theorem, we get 1 value. So that put the w raised to 7n equal to 1. So we get 1 minus 1 equal to 0. 0 upon 1 minus w raised to n, that is 0. So we get the sum. This term equal to 0 means sum equal to 0 when n is not multiple of 7. So second we have proved here. How we have proving? The sum is using this formula, this sum is reduced to this term, and in this term we consider w raised to 7n. Putting w value, this w value, this is the step in which we have considered the second root as w, and the rest of the further roots are in the form of w raised to some power, w square, w cube, w raised to 4, w raised to 5, w raised to 6. Putting w value, applying De Moivre's theorem for bracket raised to 7, simplifying, we get w raised to 7n equal to 1. Putting here we get 1 minus 1, that is 0 upon any number is 0. So sum equal to 0 when w is when n is not multiple of 7. Now we have to prove that if n is multiple of 7, then this sum, that is this term, equal to 7. If n is a multiple of 7, then take n equal to 7k. You can put k equal to 1, 2, 3 integer, positive integer. K equal to 1, 7. K equal to 2, 7 into 2, 14. K equal to 3, 21. That is, it is n we can get as a multiple of 7. So take, this is the important. If n is a multiple of 7, that is take n equal to 7k. Then this sum is equal to 1 plus. Now to prove the first part, n is a multiple of 7, this sum should be equal to 7. For second part, we are reducing this sum by using this formula into this term, and then finding the w raised to 7n value, that is 1, we get the 0 value for the second half part. For first half part, we are directly using this sum value. Instead of this term, reduced term, we are considering this sum directly. So this is your sum, w raised to n. So here we have, assuming that n is a multiple of 7 means n equal to 7k. So put here n equal to 7k, 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 7k up to this term. So in this term, putting n equal to 7k, 2 into n, that is 7k, 6 into n, that is 7k. You can write sum terms, first sum terms and last one term. Then take in bracket w raised to 7 and rest of in the power. W raised to 7 bracket raised to k, w raised to 7 bracket raised to 2k, w raised to 7 bracket raised to 3k, w raised to 7 bracket raised to 4k, w raised to 7 bracket raised to 5k, and w raised to 7 take 6k in the power, so that in bracket we get the same term. This is the step. Then w raised to 7 is what? w raised to 7 is, w means cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi. This is your value of w raised to 7 means apply De Moivre's theorem. So multiply this 7 number to the angle. So 7 into 2 pi by 7, that is 7 7 get cancelled, cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi. Cos 2 pi value is 1, I sin 2 pi value is 0, that is 1. So w raised to 7 value is 1. So put here, for putting the w raised to 7 equal to 1, we get same bracket, we keep the same bracket, same term into the bracket, w raised to 7, w raised to 7, w raised to 7, and rest of the number or rest of the terms in the power as it is. W raised to 7, 2k in the power, w raised to 7, 6k into the power, w raised to 7, 3k into the power, 4k into the power, 5k into the power, 6k into the power. Then put w raised to 7 equal to 1. 1 is already here, 1 plus 1 raised to k, 1 raised to 2k, 1 raised to 3k, 4k, 5k, 6k. 1 raised to any number is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 1 and 1 is already here. So we get 7. So if n is a multiple of 7, put n equal to 7k. So consider this sum originally which is given in the example. Then take w raised to 7 into the bracket and rest of the terms into the power. Put w raised to 7 equal to 1. 1 raised to any number is 1, and by adding we get the 7 number. That is your proving the answer for the first half part. Next example is solve x raised to 6 minus I. Solve means we have to find the x values, that is the roots. As x power is 6, so we have to prove 6 roots. We have to find 6 roots of this equation. For example, we have x square minus 1 equal to 0. So solve this equation means we have to find the x values, and how many roots or how many x values we get, because x has the highest power 2, so we get 2 roots, and we know that the quadratic equation having maximum 2 roots. So this is the 6th root equation, so we want 6 roots, so we get maximum 6 roots. So this, to solve this example means to find the x values, 6 x values, that is 6 roots of this equation. So how to solve this? These type of examples are important, generally asked in the exam. So how to solve this? Simplify this as x raised to 6 equal to I. Then take x equal to I raised to 1 by x. Taking the 6th root on both sides, that is taking 1 by 6 power on both sides. So x raised to 6 raised to 1 by 6. 6 get cancelled. We get x equal to I raised to 1 by x. So once we get 6th 1 by 6, this type of number, then you can use this step, that is 1 by n. Once we get 1 by n, this type of number, and inside the bracket if there is another number, convert this into the polar form and use these steps. So here x equal to I raised to 1 by 6. So we have to convert this I number into the polar form first. So I has the polar form cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. Put I equal to cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2, that is into the polar form. Then raised to 1 by 6. Then first add 2k pi to this original angle, 2k pi plus pi by 2, 2k pi plus pi by 2. Then apply De Moivre's theorem. First add 2k pi to the angle and then apply De Moivre's theorem. De Moivre's theorem is the last step. Before that we have to apply 2k pi angle. This is the important sequence. Then apply De Moivre's theorem, that is multiply this 1 by 6 to this number. Before that, take the cross multiplication of this bracket. So 2k pi plus 2 into this, so 4k pi plus pi upon 2. 4k pi plus pi upon 2. Then apply De Moivre's theorem. 4k pi plus pi upon 2 into 1 by 6, that is 2 into 6 into 1 by 6 means 2 into 6, 12. Same angle is here. Then put k equal to, how many roots we want? 6 roots, because the x has the highest power 6. Hence put k equal to, or there is a number 1 by 6 here. So hence we have to find 6 roots. So put k equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 5. So put k equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We get, for 0 we get pi by 12. For 1 we get 4 pi plus pi, 5 pi by 12. For 2, 4 into 2, 8. 8 pi plus pi, 9 pi by 12. That is 3 pi by 4. For k equal to 3, we get cos 13 pi by 12. For k equal to 4, 17 pi by 12. 5, 21 pi by 12. That is cos 7 pi by 4. So these are your total 6 roots. So this type of examples now we can see. These are the many examples. These are the important type. So how to solve? Take x raised to 6 on left side only. Take I on right side. Then take 1 by 6th power on both sides. So we get x equal to I raised to 1 by 6. So on right side, once we get this type of number, then we have to use the theory. That is, first convert this bracket number into polar form. Then add 2k pi to the angle. Then apply De Moivre's theorem and then put k equal to values. So that we get total, here the number we have to check 1 by 6, then we have to find 6 roots. So for total 6 roots, put k equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 5. So these are the common steps. Next is x raised to 7 plus x raised to 4 plus I into x cube plus 1. So here take x raised to 4, solve this type of 7th. Here the highest power of x is 7. So to solve this example means we have to find 7 roots. That is 7 values of x. So how to find this type of example? If there are 2 terms only, then this method we have to follow. 2 terms. First term, second term. But here there are many terms. 1, 2, 3. By multiplying I, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 terms are there. For that, we have to use the different method. That is, first, from first 2 terms, take x raised to 4 common. So in bracket, take x raised to 4 common. So remaining from 7 is x cube. And here plus 1. Then I is already, this term write as it is, I into x cube plus 1. Then from these 2 terms, x cube plus 1 is common. So x cube plus 1 in take common. And in the bracket, rest of the terms are x raised to 4 here and plus I here. So we get 2 brackets, multiplication equal to 0. So take each bracket equal to 0. X cube plus 1 equal to 0, x raised to 4 plus I equal to 0. So we get these 4 terms we have converted by taking the common terms and simplifying. We get 2 equations which contains 2 terms only. X cube plus 1, first term, second term, first term, second term. So this is of the type, this type of example. First 2 terms equal to 0. First 2 terms equal to 0. So these are the 2 examples in this one example. So we have to solve this as a 2 examples separately. So consider x cube plus 1 equal to 0 here, x raised to 4 plus I equal to 0. Then take minus 1 on right side, x cube equal to minus 1. Then take cube root of 1 by 3rd power on both sides. So for left side, raised to 1 by 3. That is 3 get cancelled. X equal to minus 1 raised to 1 by 3. So here x raised to 4 equal to minus I. This example is same as this. X raised to 4 minus I equal to 0. Here x raised to 6 minus. Instead of 4, here 6 is there. So similarly, using this example, you can solve this. Now check this first. x equal to minus 1 raised to 1 by 3. So once we get 1 by 3 this type of number into the denominator, use the theory, that is convert this minus 1 into polar form. So minus 1 value is cos pi plus I sin pi, cos pi plus I sin pi. Then next is add 2k pi, 2k pi plus pi, 2k pi plus pi. Then apply the De Moivre's theorem, 2k pi plus pi into 1 by 3, that is 2k pi plus pi by 3, and then put k equal to, here if you consider this equation only, total we want 7 roots, but for this equation only the highest power of x is 3, or there is number 1 by 3, hence we have to find 3 roots. So for 3 roots in total we have to put k equal to 0, 1, 2. So put k equal to 0, x1 equal to cos pi by 3, put k equal to 1, x2 equal to, second root equal to k equal to 1 means 2 pi plus pi, 3 pi by 3, that is cos pi plus I sin pi. Cos pi is, cos 0 is 1, pi is minus 1, cos pi is minus 1, sin pi is 0, so minus 1, second root is minus 1. Put x equal to 2 here, that is x3, 2 means 4 pi, 2 means 4 pi plus pi, that is 5 pi by 3. So cos 5 pi by 3 plus I sin 5 pi by 3. You can write this 3 instead of writing the cos sign into the cos sign terms, roots into the cos sign terms. We are writing the roots into the exponential form. It is easy to write for minimum time. You have to, if you want to write the answer, then you can use the exponential form also. So exponential form is e raised to I theta equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. So instead of writing this, you can take the theta angle only from this and e raised to I of that angle. So here put k equal to 0, cos pi by 3, that is e raised to I pi by 3. Put k equal to 1, cos pi plus I sin pi. Cos pi is minus 1, sin pi is 0. So we get, by putting k equal to 1, we get minus 1. So x2 equal to minus 1, directly write. Put k equal to 2, 2 into 2, 4, 4 pi plus pi, 5 pi by 3. Cos 5 pi by 3 plus I sin 5 pi by 3, that is e raised to I 5 pi by 3. So these are your 3 roots. Now simplify this by seeing this example. There is a 6 number and here there is a 4 number. That is the only difference. So minus I raised to 1 by 4. So minus I means cos pi by 2 minus I sin pi by 2. Put here raised to 1 by 4, then add 2k pi. Take this I on right side, then take 1 by 4th power on both sides. So x raised to 4 raised to 1 by 4, that is 4 get cancelled, we get x only. And on right side minus I raised to 1 by 4. Once we get this type of number into denominator, then put bracketed number into polar form. Minus I means cos pi by 2 minus I sin pi by 2. Then add 2k pi to the angle. 2k pi plus pi by 2, 2k pi plus pi by 2. Then apply De Moivre's theorem. Before that, take the cross multiplication, 4k pi plus pi by 2. Apply De Moivre's theorem. So upon into 1 by 4 into 1 by 4, that is 2 into 4, 8. Then put, as here 1 by 4 is number, so we want 4 roots for this equation only. So put k equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So put k equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, we get e raised to I, theta is pi by 8. Put k equal to 0, pi by 8. So cos pi by 8 minus I sin pi by 8 is e raised to minus I pi by 8. So here e raised to I theta value is cos theta plus I sin theta. And for cos theta minus I sin theta, the formula is e raised to minus I theta. So this is the formula. So you can write in this way. So put k equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, we get these values. So here for this equation we get 4 roots, for this equation we get 3 roots, but in total we get 7 roots because the total x power is 7. So we should have to find 7 roots. So these are the 4 roots and these are the 3 roots, that is total are 7 roots we get. Next example we can see in the next lecture. Thank you.